Hi guys, and welcome to the latest video. This is the first video in many years on this channel in which I'm actually going to be sharing and talking about a tech upgrade, more specifically a PC upgrade. I literally can't stop smiling because today I just ordered a brand new PC build, everything new, and I'm really excited. I've been using an i5 2500K for many years, so it's about 7-8 year old PC, and it was really starting to show its limitations. I've got a GTX 670 graphics card in there, 8 gigs of DDR, is it DDR3 or is it DDR2? I can't remember. RAM at 1333 megahertz. It does have an SSD drive, and it's done me very well. It's actually the computer that I'm recording this very video on. So I mustn't grumble. It's a very good computer. However, when it comes to gaming, streaming, it's really starting to show its limitations. So today I am super excited to actually be able to share with you guys the build that I have now paid for. It's not the cheapest, but considering I've waited this long for a new PC, I feel very happy with it. So just to give you guys an idea of what it is that I've purchased and how much I've paid for it, I'm just going to quickly transition across, and you can see that my new PC that will be arriving tomorrow, so it's not here yet, so this is just me super excited, wanting to talk about the components that I've chosen and why I've chosen them. And then obviously you guys can leave your feedback if you want on whether you think I've made terrible choices or whether you think I've made okay choices. So total I spent was £774. Now this does not include a graphics card. I am still going to be, for now, using my GTX 670. I do actually have access to a GTX 680 as well, so I may actually use that instead. And let's get on with it. I'm going to show you guys what parts I chose. I bought this from Scan in the UK, very good company. Really can't argue with their service. In fact, it should actually explain them. One of the parts I ordered today turned out to not be in stock, and Scan emailed me to let me know, and obviously I was very disappointed because I was so excited to get this delivered to me tomorrow. I rang them and said, well, it said it was in stock when I ordered it, and they free of charge allowed me to upgrade the part. It was actually the RAM. I'd ordered some 2666 megahertz RAM, I believe, and they've upgraded me to some 2933 megahertz RAM. So that's one of the parts, but they've done that free of charge, and it's still coming tomorrow. So I'm very excited about that. But these are the parts that I chose, and we'll go through them. The first thing is the case. I do have a case, but I've got a PC built in it, and I'm not looking to take it apart. I'm still going to be using that PC, so I needed a case, and I really like the look of these. Cases are something that have changed immensely since the last time I was buying a PC. So the last time I was buying a PC, putting a PC together, was like 2011, I believe. My PC is like 8 years old, and these kinds of cases just did not exist. So this is very much like the on vogue type case now, where you've got like the big clear plastic window, edge to edge. It's a mid-tower case. I didn't mind it being a mid-tower case because I knew I wasn't going to buy an extended ATX motherboard this time, which is what I've currently got, and I've got a full tower case. So it's a mid-tower case. But what really attracted me to it for the $79.99 price point was the fact that they're currently Scan are currently bundling this liquid all-in-one cooler, the Master Liquid Light 120. So it's a very entry-level all-in-one cooler, but I needed a cooler for my CPU, and I wanted to spend as little money as possible but get as much performance as possible, and for now at least this will do me absolutely fine. So I got this case and this cooler, all-in-one cooler, 120 millimeter closed water loop cooler for £80, and I think that's very good value. Now the reason why I was willing to go for this entry level 120 millimeter radiator cooler was it's not done terribly when it comes to reviews. I did actually have the page loaded up. Let me just see if I can find it quickly. I should have done this before, but I thought I had the window open. Here you go. I found a review of this all-in-one cooler where they pitted it up against other all-in-ones similar and better, and it really didn't do too badly. Now, this is a benchmark of the Cooler Master Liquid Light, and you can see it's actually that one there, the 120. So yeah, it didn't do great compared to the others, but this is on running a Prime 95 blend test on an i7 8700K. Now I believe the 8700K CPU does not have as good thermals as the 9th generation, which is what I've bought. I've bought a 9th generation processor, so I feel that my results should be at least as good, if not better. So at load 66 degrees, which matches a Corsair H60, and it matches the Cooler Master ML240. Well, no, it doesn't. It is a bit higher than that, but well, 66 degrees is not too bad. It matches like actually, yeah, it matches that Corsair H60. And this is on a hotter processor, the i7 8700K. So the i7 9, well, I'm going to give it away now. The i7, sorry, the processor that I've got, which we're going to get to, should run cooler because they have improved. I think it was something to do with soldering the heat spreader or something. I don't know the technicalities of it, but from what I read, the 8 series is hotter than the 9 series. So even if it turns out to be a terrible all-in-one cooler, I can get rid and change, but for now it'll do. Moving on, the motherboard. I went for pretty much, again, what seemed to be the best value for me, and again, Scan were doing this Intel Z390 chipset motherboard with a 240 gigabyte SSD drive for £106, and the 240 gigabyte SSD drive for me swung the purchase, because I thought, I've bought a very high-end motherboard in my previous build. So back in 2011, I spent £300 on a motherboard. I didn't end up doing massive amounts of overclocking. I didn't end up using SLI. I didn't end up using a lot of the features of the board that I was paying for. And so this time round, I decided I'm just going to get something that's functional. I'm going to be using one graphics card. I'm not going to be using like anything like that. I'm not a mad overclocker. I'm not going to be sitting there running stress tests and trying to get the most out of this processor for now anyway. And for £106 with the SSD, it was for me a good purchase. So this is the Gigabyte Z390 UD. So it's a very entry level board. Built-in Wi-Fi is standard with this chipset, the Z390. It will do the job. If I do find it to be massively lacking, then obviously in the future I may have to change it, but I don't think I'm going to have too many reasons to change it. Bear in mind, I'm someone that's still using a stock i5 2500K 8 years later, and it's fine for me. So I'm just pretty much just went for it because I thought, yeah, it will do the job. Now this is where I did spend out, and this processor is obviously leagues above my motherboard. I went for the i9 9900KF 9th gen CPU. Now I am grinning just looking at this. I'm going from a 2500K CPU, which is a quad core with no hyper-threading, and I'm going straight from an i5 2500K to an i9 9900KF, and I'm so excited to see this thing in action. This is the latest processor from Intel on the 1151 platform, and it's a Coffee Lake refresh. As you can see, it's got 8 physical cores, so it's got double the cores of my i5 2500. It's got 16 threads with its hyper threading, and it can turbo up to 5 gigahertz on a single core, and I believe it's like 4.6 gigahertz, so if it's using more. It's got 16 meg of level 3 cache. Now this version saved me, it was £480, so it's a lot of money, and is the massive chunk of what I've spent today. but I went for this version because it didn't have the built-in graphics card, and that saved me 20 quid. It's only 20 quid, but I was like, I'm trying to reduce the cost as much as possible. 20 quid helps, free SSD helps, all that kind of stuff helps. So I went for that. And moving on to the memory that I chose, well, I actually chose, for some reason, I think again cost-based, I actually chose the 2666 megahertz Corsair Vengeance LPX 16 gigabyte kit. They didn't have it in stock, even though they said it was, so they kindly swapped it out for me. So I will be receiving the 2933 megahertz 2.93 gigahertz RAM kit, 16 gigabyte kit from Corsair, so the Vengeance LPX, DDR4 dual channel RAM. Not much more to say about it, but it will be a big improvement over my current 8 gigs of ballistics tactical tracer running at 1333 megahertz. So I'm sure this is going to be a very nice part for my PC. And then to finally patch things up, I've never had M.2 wasn't a thing when I bought my last PC. Obviously, SSDs had only just really become barely affordable. I remember paying something like £100 for a 64 gigabyte Kingston SSD drive, and that was like a SATA original one or whatever, and it wasn't as quick, etc. But this is a 256 gigabyte M.2 SSD drive, which I cannot wait to use on my motherboard. It was only $32.99, and I've got that free SSD which I'm going to actually use in another PC. So that rounds up my spend. So like I said, a quick recap: I have spent £774. It's a lot of money. These are the parts. I just quickly go through them. You can have just a quick look there. I'm mega excited to receive them. I should be receiving these tomorrow. I will be doing some like unboxing video, and obviously I'll do like a build video. It's my first PC that I'm going to be building since like 2011. Hope things have become even easier and better than last time. That was quite easy last time, and I really look forward to streaming in much higher quality than I currently am. Currently when I stream video games, I have to use my graphics card to stream them, so I'm not using H.264 encoding on the CPU. I'm using NVENC encoding from my graphics card, which isn't as good quality, so I'll be able to stream in much better quality, higher resolution, and more importantly, my performance in, for example, Fortnite is going to be infinitely better than what it is now. I'm finally going to be able to actually use my my 120 hertz BenQ. Yes, 120 hertz. I said not 144. This is an old 120 hertz monitor which I bought originally for NVIDIA 3D Vision, and that was another thing I never got around to use. I'm not much more to say. There will be more videos coming with like I said, unboxings and the PC build, and then performance videos, and hopefully lots more in the future. Thank you for joining me. It's been a long while since I've actually done a tech related video on this channel, and I'm so happy. I cannot wait until I can put up more videos with my new PC, my i9 9900K. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, leave any comments about the build, about the components that you have, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.